Hello, humans, and welcome to the first episode of Worst of the Video Game Industry. That's right, it's episode 1. And today we're going to talk about the trademark troll, as they used to call him back in the day. Now, who are we speaking about? Who is this famous gentleman? Well, let me take you down memory lane here. Let me show you a couple of things. It's Tim Langdell. And I have to be careful here because, number one, this man is very litigious. And number two, I'm actually invested in one of the companies, which is Electronic Arts, that he tangled with back in the day. Now, let me tell you, this guy was so hated that when he tangled with EA, people were actually cheering for EA. Right? It's that kind of guy. Let me put it to you this way. If I was sitting in a bus with an open window, and on one side I had Tim Langdell trying to give me business advice, and the other side was Mike Mullis singing, I would probably jump out the window. But to be fair, if it was just Mike, I'd probably jump out the window too. Anyway, guys, let's go a little bit deeper. Let me tell you why this guy was so hated and being called a dick, among other things on the internet. And it's because, here's a little quick recap. Tim Langdell, founder of Edge Games, perhaps better known as for his notorious litigious behavior, the core of his primary claim being that the ownership of the trademark for Edge should legally prevent the word from appearing in any context in a video game's title. This is exactly what he did. This guy prevented a video game from being published on the iPhone, right? And it kept going back and forth. Reported back then was that this guy made the claim on a Friday afternoon, right? And guys, let me tell you, and I've told you this before, bad things happen for businesses on Friday afternoon. If a business is giving you news on a Friday afternoon, it's always bad. It is always bad, right? They'll give you bad news on a Friday afternoon, so that way, it dies over the weekend, and hopefully you won't remember by Monday. Or they will make a legal claim late afternoon on a Friday, so your chance to get legal console is lower. And this is the type of things that people were accusing this guy of doing. After he obtained the trademark, right, for Edge, anything that had to do with Edge in video games, he would just strike, right? He didn't really know the law, apparently, if he was doing this, but neither did the people that he would harass. So they would back off right away because they would hear, hey, this guy's got a trademark. But, nobody's a lawyer. And if you're a small company, what are you going to do? You don't want to spend money on lawyers when you don't have to, right? It's easier just to change the name. So people felt like this guy was bullying smaller companies around. And, eventually he got his comeuppance, as they say. But there are several things that this guy did. And let me show you who he is right now. This is Edge Games. And Super Cookie Blast. That's right. Delicious shovelware. He's got licensees here. Got this licenses that he has given out. Look at this. These people actually make deals with this guy. I guess they didn't want to fight. But there's games. He's got new releases. He got here. Let me show you for upcoming. We really couldn't say back in the day he used to make a shitty Garfield game. But anyway, here's one of the things that people would say and things that would come out in court. While Langdell often attempted to make it look as though his various companies are made up of a number of employees, the judge has no truck with that, concluding that he's the only person involved in any of them and is recognized as a sole defendant for all of them. So this guy would set up companies, right? But he's the only employee. He would ask for somebody to work for someday, and then all of a sudden they had a deal. Yeah, reminds you of someone, right? So he would do that. And here's something else that he did, right? And this is from Kotaku, guys. This is back in the day when Kotaku was actually writing good articles. Like, you didn't have to read an article and hear about the patriarchy or how testosterone was poison. All right. So they go over this, but there's a couple of things here that they call him out on, which is great, right? Eventually, This guy went to EA and demanded that they take down the name from the Mirror's Edge. Remember that game? Pretty cool game. And he messed with the wrong people because, as you know, EA's got money, right? And when it comes to, going to court, usually the people with the most money win. But not only that, you have to have a strong case. Now, what EA did, rather than pay him, because who knows how much he was asking for, right? Maybe this was an oof moment. Who knows how much he was asking for it, but EA said, no, we're not going to do it, and we're going to take you to court. And basically, they stripped him down. They found out all the stuff that he was doing that was, that they put out, to what they say were falsified documents, specimens used to obtain trademarks, registrations. And they really put him out there. One of the things that he did, Langdell, he claimed that he made this logo, right? And what he did, he told the court that he had a disc from 1991, right? Where he actually created this logo before this other company did. And, just told the court, hey, I have it here. And that proves that I came up with the idea for this logo. The court didn't buy it, said, no, you need to ship it because they were claiming it's too fragile. You need to ship it to a third party. Well, we're going to have it examined. When the disc was examined, right, by a third party, it was found that the file that he was claiming that was on this disc since 1991 was actually made with Windows 95. This guy was a real piece of work, as they say, and look where he is now. You can't make this shit up. Look at him. Tim Langdell, chaplain, priest, master Zen teacher, author. My gosh. What is it with these guys? What is it with the ego, right? This guy's going to teach you the way. He can't find his way around electronic arts or a courtroom or around... or telling you the difference between Windows 95 and earlier versions. But he's going to teach you the way, the Christ way, and the Buddha way. That's where he is right now. Guys, humans, they never cease to disappoint me. Oh my gosh, guys, there have been many, many turds in the video game industry. And hopefully you'll join me on this journey so we can explore them all. This is just one example of many. Thank you for joining me for episode 1. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and follow my channel. I'm also on Twitter. If you want to come on the show to discuss different topics, let me know, especially when it comes to the business of video games. And I would love to have you on. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.